Well, I grew up in downtown Windsor. My mother was June, my dad was Don, and they raised 7 children. We had a very nice family, and so starting with my youngest sisters, we have Catherine, Tina, Becky, Eileen, and then myself, my older brothers Paul and Chris. I remember working as a youngster also. I had a paper route, of course, and I had route number 2, which was right downtown beside the Windsor Star. I remember going to school and always coming home and just couldn't wait to read the newspaper. So that kind of was a little bit of an introduction for me to the newspaper business. I spent 2 years at University of Windsor, and then I transferred over to St. Clair College. And I just remember the very first time I went to and sat down and spoke with somebody in the journalism school, and it was Dave Bradley, and he opened the door up, and I felt so welcome, and I just knew that was a place that I wanted to be, and journalism was the course of study that I was going to take. We were in every part of producing a newspaper, and I always participated and helped out not only in editing, but taking pictures, writing stories, going out reporting. You got everything, you name it, you could do it, as far as putting together the paper. As far as picking up a camera, I had a really good instructor. His name was Al Trotter, and he was very flamboyant and full of energy. And I'll tell you, I just couldn't wait to get out of that class with my camera and go out and take pictures because he pumped everybody up. But while I was at St. Clair, it just something went click, pardon the expression, and I just went with the camera. I just loved recording events in the camera. And of course, once you take the pictures, say you're out 2 hours or so taking pictures, you had 2 hours worth of work to do in the darkroom. And I bumped into Bill Bishop, who was photo editor at the Windsor Star, at the time. And I would always bump into him literally, and he would say, come on, move on, get out of my classroom sort of thing. But I was always there, extra hours, I got to know the maintenance staff there, the custodians. They would let me in and let me do my film late at night. So I was always bumping into Bill, and I think I was encouraged to apply for a job at the Windsor Star, and I did get in, and I worked about a year, maybe a year and a half, just as a newsroom assistant. And then a position became open in the photo department, and of course Bill knew that I could take pictures from our days at St. Clair College. So it was really that sort of a connection with Bill Bishop, and then later on a full-time position became available, and in the darkroom, and a year later after that I became a full-time shooter. I remember the first picture that was published because of one reason. My byline was misspelled. I remember I went out with Mike Frizzell, and it was a fatal fire on Giles Boulevard. And I went there, and I had to wait a little bit, and unfortunately it was fatal. So of course you're saddened by that, but you have to record the event. And I remember bringing the picture back. It wasn't the best picture in the world, but it was something. And we did use it. I believe we used it on the front page, and they spelt my name wrong. I always try and keep the picture so that the general public can understand what the picture's about. Okay, I don't want to use the word simple, but I just try to unclutter things, and I want to emphasize the whatever story we're trying to show, whatever story we're trying to get across, whatever angle we're trying to reveal. I try to get a picture to accompany that. I approach it this way: if I was taking Pet of the Week, I'm hoping Pet of the Week gets page 1. Whatever I cover, I hope to get a front page picture. Any assignment. I remember during when we covered the Stanley Cup playoffs, I got a pretty interesting photo. It was right during a high moment of the game. It was between Colorado and the Red Wings during a playoff, and it's when Konstantinov, everybody remembers him, and he laid into Claude Lemieux, and Claude Lemieux went this way. He did a 360 in the air, and I think I was the only photographer at the time to get that photo. Of course, they got it on video, right, on TV. And I remember that photo, and it, of course, ran across North America. It was published across North America, especially in Colorado, in Denver, right? And so I was very happy to get a picture like that, and that really stands out, that one. Yeah, the Brancaccio family, well, right now, of course, my wife, Noria, who I met at St. Clair College. She's a marketing grad. Oldest son, Mark, he just graduated. He's got a doctorate degree in pharmacy. And my daughter Lisa just graduated from St. Joe's High School, and she's enrolling at University of Windsor this fall. My third son Adam is a graduate from University of Windsor, Bachelor of Science, and he's also going for his doctorate degree right now in pharmacy. My second son, Nicholas, is studying in Toronto. He's in a graduate program for communication studies, public relations, corporate communications. That's the stream that he's going into. St. Clair College really prepared me for my career. There's no doubt about it. They introduced me to taking pictures. I mentioned Al Trotter earlier. He was a great influence in my life and got me really loving to go behind the camera and make images. And I think it is a great career for students to get into. Really right now with the web, with the internet, with the products online, there's so many things that you can do. Oh, I'm very proud of St. Clair College and what they're doing. Heck, they're just tipping the scales right now at 8,000 for enrollment this fall, which is incredible. They have a lot to offer. All the different programs that they have actually, it applies to what we do out here in the workplace. It gets all these students ready for the workplace, and that's key. That's what happened with me. It introduced me to photojournalism, to the camera, to taking pictures. I walked out the door ready to be employed, which I'm sure many, many students from St. Clair are prepared to work.